Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another video here on the SSA Philosophy channel. We dive right, of course, into the philosophy of characters from video games, TV shows, to movies, etc., etc. And of course, in today's video, we're going to be going over the character of Steve Urkel, of course, from the show known as Family Matters. So, of course, without any further ado, of course, if you do like content on this channel, if you like my videos that I make also as well, then of course subscribe. Pretty much like the video and also hit notification bell, to be notified of every video I make on the channel. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, let's go on ahead and let us go on and get started. So of course, let's go on ahead and give a brief introduction overall into the character of Steve Urkel, of course. So Steve Urkel. Now, this name overall itself, it conjures the images overall of thick black glasses, perched, precariously on a wide nose, high water pans held up by suspenders, and of course a nasally whine that could curdle, pretty much that could curdle milk. Yeah, really, there's so much more, really to this, to this character, than his initial, like, say, bumbling appearances, they might suggest. So really, Steve Urkel, played with, this infectious energy by Jaleel White, emerged, from the American sitcom known as Family Matters, which of course ranged from the years of 1989 to 1998, and really to become, say, a pop culture, phenomenon. So originally, conceived overall, like say as a one-off guest role, Uggle's impact was absolutely undeniable. His awkward charm, his endearing, like say, cluelessness, and really a knack for causing, chaos. It did, resonate, a lot with the audiences, and really he wasn't like this typical sitcom neighbor, the one with a casserole dish and a listening ear. Uggle was, he was an oddball. He was a walking punchline, with a heart of gold. Or so he desperately hoped, Laura Winslow, the object of his affections, would see. But really within this comedic caricature, really it resided a complex and really surprisingly relatable character. You know, so really Urkel's journey, really throughout, Family Matters is really it's a fascinating one. Really it's fascinating because initially, he's an outsider. He's a social outcast whose presence, it throws the Winslow household into, disarray. Because I mean, really he becomes a constant, like say, source of frustration, for Carl Winslow, the family patriarch. And really with his bumbling attempts to win over Laura, and his knack for breaking things. Yet really Urkel, he's I mean, really even like, despite all of these things, thing is, is that Urkel, like, he still perseveres, like his unyielding optimism and his, genuine kindness, slowly chipping away, at the Winslow's, like, say, initial, like, say, resistance. So really, this brilliance of Urkel, I mean, pretty much it lies in his evolution as a character, because really he's not like say this static figure of fun, because the thing about, Urkel is the fact that he grows, he learns, and even invents, because really his scientific mind, it really concocts like say these improbable like gadgets, his alter ego, for example, like say Stefan Urkel, who emerges like say as a suave, ladies man with disastrous consequences, of course, and of course his unwavering love for Laura. Though often misguided, it does speak, like say, to a genuine capacity, for deep affection. Now, Urkel's impact, it did transcend, Family Matters. Really, that's the thing. His impact overall, is by a lot of people, would actually agree and say, is what really transcended, like say, Family Matters, as a whole. Because really, he became like say a cultural touchstone, parodied and referenced across like say the various media. Like his catchphrases, like "Did I do that?" and now wait a minute, really like I mean that's now see really they enter like say the pop culture like say lexicon, because really he became like say like a symbol of both like the nerdiness and unexpected heroism, proving that like say even the most awkward outsider could find like a place to belong. So really there is like a certain like say universal, pretty much like a certain universality, to Urkel's appeal, because really Urkel like he represents like say the underdog, the one who like say doesn't quite fit in, but he possesses like say a relentless spirit, because really his journey from like say, being a social outcast to begrudgingly, accepted member of the Winslow family, it really resonates with anyone, who has ever felt like, an outsider of their own, and really in a way, Urkel, like he reminds us that, that sometimes, the most unlikely heroes, come in the most unexpected packages, complete with, of course, high water pans and a knack for, getting stuck in doorways, But of course, with the brief introduction out the way, let's go on ahead and really dive right on into the philosophy that I like to call, of course, Urkelnomics. Of course, do the right thing, even if it means wearing overalls. So, of course, let's go on ahead and let's dive right on in, of course, into really the philosophy of Steve Urkel altogether. So really, Steve Urkel, the quintessential, next door neighbor, he might seem like, say, in your opinion, like say an odd source of like philosophical wisdom. Like, I mean, because I'm pretty sure you all are thinking like, like Steve Urkel, like this character actually has a philosophy. Well, yes, he does, and really, yes, it's an odd source, of course, but really beneath his high water pants and thick glasses, really it lies a surprisingly coherent approach to life. And of course, one like I said before, I call it economics. So really, here are like the core principles, really, of this unconventional, philosophy. So of course, let's go on ahead and dive right into the first principle, of course, in this case, which of course is knowledge is power, but manners matter more. So the thing about Urkel is that his insatiable curiosity really it fuels his intellectual pursuits because he believes that knowledge is the key to unlocking potential, but he never forgets the importance of treating others with respect. And really this highlights say the importance of really like a balance between like intellectual growth and social etiquette. So really, Steve Urkel, like this next door neighbor from Family Matters, like he might seem like an odd candidate, for philosophy, like I said before, but yet beneath those thick glasses and those high water pants, of course, it's one that lies like say a surprisingly profound belief system. So really, you know, so really, like, at its core, it lies like say this knowledge being power of his. So really, Urkel, like really he's like say a walking encyclopedia, brimming with the facts and figures. So really he believes that education really it unlocks doors, that it fuels innovation and that it also empowers individuals. Now he constantly, is tinkering, he's inventing and he's learning, and really it's a testament, like, say, to his insatiable curiosity. Now, ergonomics, really in this case, it goes beyond, like, say, the mere, like, intellectualism, but really it's seasoned with a dash of something that is equally important, and that, of course, is that, manners, matter more, you know, and really, despite his brilliance, Urkel can be socially awkward, and that is true. He can be socially awkward. Like he trips over social cues, his enthusiasm. Sometimes now the thing is, like being enthusiastic is not a bad thing, but sometimes being a bit too enthusiastic, it can be overwhelming sometimes. But yet, his blunders are always accompanied by say, the sincere apologies, and really a genuine desire, to connect. And really, the crux of economics really is the fact that knowledge is a tool, but really it's the user's, like, say, manners that determine its impact. 'Cause sometimes, like you have people who are like so very intelligent, who are so smart, are brilliant, brilliant minds. Sometimes, like a person, yes, is like say brilliant and it is very, is very genius of a person, but sometimes overall, manners, also have to matter as well too. I mean, pretty much in this case, let's say like a character like say like the Riddler from the Batman series, for example. Like Riddler is somebody who is like, say, he's very smart, he's very intelligent, for example, especially like when it comes to like his obsession like with riddles and such. But at the same time, though, he's also very like, say, commonly known for being somebody who's very, very narcissistic. He believes that he's better than everybody and believes everyone else overall is very like, say, not on his level of intelligence, thinking that they're all dumb. So really, it's like, yeah, I mean, he's very smart and intelligent, but yet at the same time, though, he's very narcissistic toward others. But really, in this case, for Steve Urkel, like really being respectful and being empathetic and understanding, it really creates like say these bridges, allowing knowledge to be shared and wisdom, to be gained. So really, economics, it really offers like say a refreshing perspective because really it reminds us that true intelligence isn't just about the facts and the figures. but also about pretty much the emotional intelligence and the social grace. And really, it's about using knowledge to build bridges, and not walls. Now, see, in a world that of course, is obsessed with with IQ points, ergonomics, it actually champions really the importance of kindness and understanding. Making, like say a surprising, like say, potent philosophy, for the modern age. And also another part we want to cover, of course, another principle to cover in ergonomics really is that persistence is key, even when you're laughed at. Now, of course, what does this really mean exactly? What does this mean altogether entirely? So you see, the thing is this. Now now see, he isn't easily discouraged, because he perseveres, like say, in his endeavors, even when he's faced with ridicule, and really this speaks, like say, to the power of unwavering determination, even in the face, of social disapproval, you know, and really, it's like this, because see, Steve, he approaches everything really like say with this infectious, enthusiasm. Because whether it's science projects, or whether it's playing like say, the didgeridoo, or even wooing Laura Winslow, he dives in head first. So really, this unwavering, passion, it really fuels his, persistence. Reminding us that genuine interest, can overcome obstacles. And really, Steve, like, Steve is the ultimate underdog, in my opinion. Like, he's like the ultimate underdog. Like, somebody who is constantly, he's constantly teased, he's constantly ridiculed. But the thing is, he uses humor, as a shield, and deflecting negativity, with his goofy charm. And really, this teaches us, really to like develop a thick skin and really to use humor, really to disarm those who try, to belittle us. And really, when it comes to Steve, when it comes to like his really his inventions, often they backfire, spectacularly. Yet he never lets these setbacks, let them define him. Because really, he views like say all these setbacks, all these backfires that he experiences. He views them as learning experiences. Constantly tinkering and improving. And really, this highlights really the importance of resilience and really the fact that the road to success, is rarely smooth. And really, Steve's intellectual curiosity and love of science, though sometimes it's expressed, clumsily, but they are hallmarks really overall of his character because, he teaches us to embrace our unique interests, no matter how unconventional, they may seem. So really, in this case, despite all of the teasing, despite all of like say the ridicule, despite like all the times that Steve may have been made fun of all the time, Steve remains, and really this is reasons like why I like Steve overall as a character, and this is why he's on my and really this is the reason why honestly he's like like a character I think we all can really learn so much from because it's like despite all of these things, you know he's like that perfect example overall that kindness is king, or in this case or a queen, so to speak, depending on the gender and whatnot. But really, Steve, he remains, kind hearted and he remains helpful, because he genuinely cares about the Winslows and he goes to like great lengths, to assist them. And this really emphasizes like the importance of compassion and really building the positive relationships, even in the face really of rejection. So really this Urkel philosophy, Urkelnomics, it isn't about arrogance, it's not about blind optimism, but really it's about channeling the enthusiasm, channeling, enthusiasm into action, and using humor to navigate adversity and, learning from your mistakes. And really it's a testament to the idea that genuine passion and unwavering kindness can win over even the toughest critics. After all, the world does of course need a little more, say, Urkel-esque enthusiasm, even when it comes, like, say, with a side of cheese, of course. And also another part to focus on, really in the philosophy of Steve Urkel really is really embrace your uniqueness, overalls and all. So what does this mean exactly? Now you see the thing is that Urkel like he doesn't shy away. Steve Urkel does not shy away from eccentricities. Because he rocks his signature look with confidence. A testament to self acceptance and really the importance of really staying true to oneself. So people may look at someone like Steve Urkel, they may look at his outfit, his choice of like his his wares of outfit, his his look and everything. They may see it as dorky or not impressive, nerdy, and all that, but really, and this is another reason why I like Steve Urkel because he's not afraid to be that kind of person to really like rock his signature look with confidence. Like he's, I mean, like he doesn't, I mean, he doesn't shy away from that. You know, like he actually rocks it. Like he rocks it to like the next level. Like that is like say very like something that I like about the character himself. Really staying true to himself. Really to just keep being himself and not really let anybody just try to change him. And really that's the thing. And Urkel, because Urkel like, he doesn't shy away. I mean, he doesn't shy away, from these quirks, because he rocks it. He rocks his overalls like with pride, and really it's a testament to his comfort, in his own skin. And really what this teaches us is that this teaches us really like say to reject the societal pressures, to conform and instead, celebrate what really makes us unique. What makes us all unique in our own very way. And really the thing about Urkel is that, he isn't afraid to be himself. Even when it's, I mean, really, even when it makes him a target for the jokes. And this self acceptance, it really is a source of inner strength. Allowing him to navigate a world that often, finds him different, and it really highlights the importance of self worth, independent of external validation. And really Urkel's inventions, while often outlandish, they do stem from his unconventional approach, and really he isn't afraid to like think outside of the box, and really it's a quality that can lead to, unexpected breakthroughs, and really it emphasizes the value of embracing, unconventional thought, processes really to spark creativity. And really another thing is that Urkel, like he uses humor, to disarm others and really to bridge this gap between, his eccentrics and the whole like say normal world. And this really highlights the power of laughter, to really like break down, the barriers and really to foster connection, even with those who actually seem different. And also, really another principle we want to really cover and focus on, of course, of Steve Urkel's philosophy, really is that helpfulness is the ultimate superpower. So really, Urkel's like and like I said, Urkel's inventions, like often yes, a lot of times, often they do seem outlandish, but they really do in this case, like his inventions, they do stem from really a genuine desire, to really improve the lives of other people, and really this principle, it really prioritizes, altruism and using like say one's talents, for the benefit of the community. So really, Urkel, the thing is this, Urkel, I mean, I'm pretty sure we can all admit to a fact that yes, that Urkel, like he isn't the strongest, or the fastest, but he compensates, like say, with, like really, like say, with this unwavering willingness to help, because he believes that everyone has something to offer, and that even small acts of service can make a big difference. And really, what this promotes is this actually promotes the idea that really that heroism isn't limited, to the physically gifted, but it's available to everyone, and the thing about Urkel's intelligence is that his intelligence is absolutely undeniable, but really what truly sets him apart, I believe, is really that his eagerness to share that knowledge, because really he tutors, he explains, the complex concepts, and he genuinely enjoys helping others learn. And really what this really highlights the importance of using knowledge to empower others and not just oneself. Now, Uncle's optimism is already a superpower in and of itself, because he sees the potential for good in everyone, even those who misunderstand him. And this unwavering belief in people's capacity for, for change, it really fosters, like, say, really a more, like, say, positive and empathetic outlook, on the world. And really, Uggle's goofiness and even, like, say, his awkwardness are really a source of, endless amusement. You know, but laughter, he believes is a powerful tool, that can lighten the burdens, that can mend fences, and really it can bring people together. So really this part, this principle here, it recognizes the importance of humor in really diffusing, like say, the tension and really, fostering connection. So really, Urkel's inventions, often they do backfire spectacularly. Yet, like like I said before, like he never lets these setbacks deter him. Because really he sees failures. He sees the mistakes that he makes. as learning experiences, opportunities to grow and improve. And really, this emphasizes resilience and the importance of perseverance in the face of the challenges that he faces. So, really, Urkelnomics, it really isn't about the grand gestures or saving the world single handedly. But really, it's about the everyday acts of kindness, the willingness, to share, and the belief that everyone has the potential to make a positive impact. And Steve Urkel, in his own unique way, he teaches us that the greatest superpower, it lies not in physical prowess, but in the strength of our character and the depth of our compassion. And also, another part we want to focus, of course, in philosophy of Steve Urkel, really is that true friendship, it transcends, the social boundaries. So really Ugo's unwavering friendship, with the Winslows, despite their vastly, different backgrounds, it really demonstrates the power of, genuine connection. Like it highlights the importance of looking beyond the social constructs to find meaningful relationships and really, when it comes down to it, really at first, wealth, status, or even coolness factor, it really doesn't impress Steve, because he sees the person beneath the exterior, valuing kindness, valuing humor and shared experiences. And really what this challenges is that this challenges, like, say, the societal norms that often prioritize popularity and clicks. So really, Steve, like, he revels in his oddball personality, because he doesn't shy away from, being different, and in turn, he embraces the quirks of his friends, his friends, and really really this part of his philosophy, it really celebrates, the individuality and really and encourages people, to be themselves, and really Steve's unwavering kindness is a superpower. Like I said before, that kindness is king, and really like it's like I mean he goes above and beyond, to help his friend so much, even when it backfires spectacularly. And really, I think what this emphasizes is this emphasizes the importance of compassion and really putting others' needs, before your own. And really, the thing about Steve is that like his infectious enthusiasm and goofy antics, really they bring laughter to everyone around him because he believes that shared humor it can actually strengthen the bonds and really overcome any hurdle. And really, I think what this highlights the power of positivity and lightheartedness in building strong relationships. So really, that's the thing, because really, if there's one thing about Steve that you most definitely overall can say about him that is really strong and what makes him a great character, really is that it's his persistence. Like his persistence is something overall that is so like very worth it. Like it's so very like say empowering. Because he never gives up, especially even when it comes to his friends. Whether it's like say winning Laura Winslow's heart or helping out the Winslows, really his unwavering dedication. It really shows the importance of the commitment that he actually has when it comes like say to his friendships. And really, like, that's the thing overall, another part of his character that I like a lot about him, and why he's actually a great character for that reason, and why he's actually, like, say, really, like, say, in this case, people would say, really is why he's like the face, why he's that guy overall that's like, the guy who pretty much is like the face of Family Matters altogether as a whole, or really in this case, you can even say, even like the heart of the show itself, So really, Urkelnomics, it might not be endorsed, of course, by Ivy League and institutions, but really it offers, like, say, a refreshing, perspective, because like Steve, he reminds us that, true friendship, it isn't about fitting in, but really it's about embracing, the differences and that, offering unwavering support and celebrating the joy of genuine connection. Because really, in a world that is obsessed, with clicks and with social status, like I mean, really, especially in our world, with how it goes nowadays with social media, when it goes with like say how the world is in general, with how really just how like say how very how many like say you can say like really in this case how much you can say like how much the negativity is really affecting our world nowadays. Like it's kind of like like, we look at, like, positivity and negativity, it's like it's, I mean, it's almost like negativity is pretty much, like, outweighing more of the positives, day by day, when you think about it. But really in a world that is obsessed, with all these things, it's really Steve, with this part of his philosophy, really it's this part that really is like a quirky reminder that the best friendships are often the most unexpected. And also another part to cover in this philosophy really is it's got to be, something overall I call the confidence caper. So of course, what does this really mean exactly? So really, of course, looking at this, so Stefan Urkel, this is something overall, that I want to focus on as well too in this video and on this, on this philosophy of Steve Urkel. So really, because really, this is very like say like really an important part of really like say of Steve Urkel's like philosophy. Because really, Stefan Urkel, he's Steve Urkel's like say cool alter ego. Now it might seem like a shallow attempt, to be popular, you know, but really beneath those designer clothes and the smooth talk, it really lies like say a surprisingly, philosophical undercurrent. So really, here's like a look overall, like say at these core principles, really like say of of Steve's like alter ego, Stefan. So really, so really, what are like these interesting principles to focus on and cover really in this case? So really, when it comes down to it, the thing is that Stefan, like he embodies this idea, that confidence, it isn't something overall that you're born with, but really it's something that you cultivate. And Steve Urkel, with his insecurities, he transforms, like say, into Stefan, through sheer belief in himself. And really, what this highlights is it highlights the power of self-image and the importance of cultivating a positive self-perception. So really, when it comes down to like Stefan, this character altogether alone, like his transformation, it isn't just about like say the appearance, but really it's about unlocking like say a hidden confidence, that actually allows like say Steve, that allows him to express himself more freely. And really this part, it really suggests that sometimes a change in presentation, it can be a catalyst, for inner growth, and really, Stefan, like the thing about Stefan, the ego, of course, is that he doesn't like erase Steve, but really, Steve is like, he exists alongside him. And really this highlights the idea that, we all have like say different facets, to our personalities. Because see, Stefan, like he allows Steve to explore this confidence and the social case, while Steve grounds Stefan with his intelligence and his genuine heart. Now, well, Stefan, like while he does allow Steve to explore like the social case, it is important to note that Stefan is not a complete fabrication, but really he's an extension of Steve's inherent charm and intelligence, just expressed with more confidence, basically. So really, this part suggests that true confidence it really comes from embracing your authentic self. Not becoming somebody. Really not becoming someone entirely new. So really, Stefan Urkel, really he's like a testament, to the power of belief because Steve's transformation, it really shows that believing in yourself, it can unlock hidden potential and also can allow you to navigate the world like say with greater confidence really in general. So really Stefan Urkel, he might be of course say a product of a sitcom, but really his part, really on this philosophy, really, I think it offers like say a lighthearted take on self-confidence and the self-expression and really embracing the different aspects really of, of who we are as individuals, who we are as people, who we are all together in general, when it comes to like personality wise, and such. And also, of course, another part I want to focus also, of course, on is really the love for Laura, really the Urkel effect, really like say, an ode to unwavering affection, you know. So really, Urkel, like his affection, for Laura is so unwavering. He may, get rejected, 100 times, but really it's his spirit that never really truly falters. Because see, the Urkel effect, it really emphasizes the importance of, genuine care and perseverance and love. It's not about the forceful, pursuit, but really about a dedication that really feels really that shows the depth of your feelings. And now Urkel, his awkwardness, it might stem from his adore, from really from his adoration, for Laura, because he tries to learn the things, that she likes, be it science experiments or somewhat disastrously, maybe basketball, but really the Urkel effect, it highlights self improvement as a way to express love, showing that your willingness to grow alongside your crush. And really Urkel's feelings, for Laura, are refreshingly uncomplicated. Because really, it's not about social status or physical appearance, but really, it's pure admiration and respect. And really, the Urkel effect, it really celebrates the power of unconditional love. Really, a love that really sees, that sees the good in someone, regardless of external factors. So really, let's be honest, like Urkel's grand gestures, now often they do land him with, now really at times they do land him with a comedic thud. That we, I mean, now that we will admit, but really his vulnerability is really it's so endearing because really what this reminds us is, what the Urkel effect, what it reminds us is that it reminds us that love isn't always smooth sailing, and sometimes embracing the awkwardness, it really can be its own kind of charm, really. Now, really, the Urkel effect isn't without its, of course, caveats, because really the boundaries are important and relentless pursuit can be unhealthy. Now, that is one thing we can't say, like, because his pursuit, especially, for Laura, of course, early seasons in the show, I mean, they do pretty much, at times, I mean, they do seem, a bit unhealthy in a case, in a sense, they do seem early at the start. But really at its core though, it really is like say a part really of this philosophy that really, it's about like this power of genuine affection, dedication, and really about the courage, to be yourself, even if it means like say, getting laughed at. So really in a world where, really obsessed with perfection, Steve reminds us that, true love, it can bloom really in the most unexpected places. Even if it comes wrapped in a pair of high water pants, as I of course keep stating, of course. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, that overall does conclude, of course, the video here, of course, on the philosophy of Steve Urkel. But overall, you know, the thing about Urkelnomics is this, now, of course, this obviously is not going to be, found like in any textbook, that we all probably can understand and know. But it offers a really, like, say, surprisingly profound perspective. Because really, what Urkelnomics, what it really means is really it's about embracing, like, say, the knowledge, really persisting through the challenges, celebrating individuality, and really just using, like, say, your talents to help other people. And after all, the world needs a little bit more Urkel in it. A reminder that kindness and perseverance and really a healthy dose of self belief, it can take you a long way, and even if you're wearing overalls. So, Steve Urkel's journey on Family Matters is really a testament to the power of unexpected transformation. So, intended as, like, say, a one off character, his nerdy charm and his endearing awkwardness, it really resonated with a lot of audiences and really propelled him to become the show's, like, say, central figure. So, Urkel's legacy, but really it goes beyond, beyond, like, say, just mere popularity. Because really, here's how, like, say, he subverted, the sitcom tropes and how he himself left a lasting mark. So really, it comes down to, like, say, this, initially when it comes down to it, it really comes, like, say, down to the evolving, nuisance. Because he initially Urkel, like, he embodies like this classic sitcom trope of being like the annoying neighbor, like his high pitched voice, his nonsensical inventions, and his relentless pursuit of Laura Winslow. It pretty much disrupts the Winslow's life. Yet beneath that exaggerated, mannerisms, it lies a genuine kindness and a desire for connection. And really, with the writers, what they cleverly navigated, really, I mean, really, the writers they cleverly, really they cleverly navigated this tension, allowing Urkel to evolve from a source of chaos to a well-meaning, if sometimes bumbling, friend. And really, the thing about Urkel is that he redefined, really the image of a television nerd. Like he wasn't just like a stereotypical brainiac. He was passionate, he was enthusiastic, and he possessed, like, say, a surprising, physical prowess. Remember the dance routines? But yes, but really this portrayal, like, really it does, it really challenged the audiences to see, beyond appearances and really to embrace this, multifaceted nature of intelligence. So really, despite, like, say, the initial friction, the Winslows, really the Winslows, they become, like, say, Urkel's chosen family, because he integrates into their lives, offering, like, say, this unwavering support and loyalty. And really, this found family dynamic, it really emphasizes the power of acceptance and really the importance of forging strong bonds outside of, blood relations. And really, of course, Steve Urkel's, like, enduring appeal, it lies in his ability really to make us laugh while tugging at our heartstrings. So really, he reminds us that even the most awkward, unconventional characters can be, lovable, and that they can add, value to our lives. So really, his legacy is a reminder to really to embrace your quirks, to celebrate the unexpected, and really to find humor in life's awkward moments. So Steve Urkel, he may have started as an annoyance, but he ended up becoming a cherished member of the television landscape, proving that sometimes the most unlikely characters can leave the biggest impact. And with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes this video. And of course, that does it here, of course, on this video here today. So with all that being said, always remember, ladies and gentlemen, always remember to be smooth, be steady, and be aggressive. Peace.